Hi, good to see you this morning. Happy to have you here. The class is not heated and it's only an hour class. And so just be really mindful as you move into the poses. I mean, I cue this all the time, but just back off if it feels like you're getting too deep. Some of you are actually practicing a lot more yoga than you're used to practicing, which is great. But you also might start to notice some tweakiness come up, and just know that you can always modify this practice to fit your needs, okay? All right, let's get started. If you have this Spotify playlist, you can start playing it now. Just put it down a little bit lower as we set our intention and drop into the practice. Comfortable seat. And close the eyes. And noticing, acknowledging you might have a lot of thoughts running through your mind right now, and intentionally start to use the body as a tool to get more present. How does the body feel is the question, and exploring that. And start to connect to deep Ujjayi breath. Inhaling through the nose, big full breath. Good, and exhale through the nose. Closing the back of the throat just a little bit to create a soft whisper. And then slide the hands onto the belly. Start to breathe into the belly here. And breathe here. Big full breath. And then slide the hands a little bit higher onto the rib cage. And take some deep filling breaths here into the ribs. Again, getting more curious about how the ribs feel with the breath than anything else that's going on in your head. And then bring the hands all the way up to the heart. And breathe here up to the heart and feel. And a big full breath. Encourage your heart to feel with each breath. All right, let's set our intention for our practice today. And Patricia, please turn off your microphone, mute it, please. Setting our intention today with connecting into this quote by Lao Tzu that's been really resonating with me. If you're depressed, you're living in the past. If you're anxious, you're living in the future. If you are at peace, you're living in the present. And it just so happens we have a beautiful practice that can help us to keep us in the present moment. It's called yoga. And I would offer up that the yoga practice doesn't end on our mat. It can be used anytime throughout the day to get you present, right? And the main aspects of that are the foundations skills that we're cultivating, which is breathing, feeling, noticing, over and over again. So the asana is offered up, and we continue to breathe, feel, notice, get more and more present. All right. So let that be our practice today, right? And intentionally keep coming back to the present moment using the asana and the breath and the awareness as the tools. All right. Hands in prayer. We set our intention with an Om, and just recognizing that this community is coming together throughout the world. And so these Om, this vibration that we're creating, both through our yoga practice and this Om that we're sharing here, and the healing that we cultivate can be felt around the world. I like that. So exhaling all the breath out. Inhaling. Good. Release the hands. Open the eyes. Good. Bring the legs out in front of you and shake them out. Good. And then bring the feet back into Baddha Konasana. Soles of the feet are touching here. Some of you, if you're feeling tight through the hips and lower back, can use a block or a pillow if you don't have a block, or a blanket that's been folded up a little bit. Good. Just pause here for a moment and just feel this lengthening of the spine up, chest lifting up, and start to feel into the hips with your breath. If this is too much, you can always crisscross the feet and come back into Sukhasana, simple seated pose. Good. Left hand comes down about 12 inches from left hip. Reach the right hand up. Deep inhale. Good. Exhale, reaching the hand up and over. Good. Breathe through the right side body. Good. So here's an example of what I was talking about while we were setting the intention. Here's the pose elicits sensation. Right now I'm feeling this through my right side body and my right lower back. Breathe, use that pose to remind you, oh, there's my sensation, and then breathe into that sensation. You're letting your neck relax here. And deep inhale, breathe into the right lower back area. And with the exhale, draw the left elbow in toward the rib cage and draw the left shoulder blade slightly down the back. All right, inhale, reaching the right hand up to the sky. Good, then bring the right hand about 12 inches above the floor for a little neck release. Spread the fingers wide through the right hand. Good, deep inhale into the right side of the neck. And with the exhale, tilt the chin down, tilt it up. Get curious about this release here. I would offer up that curiosity is a foundational aspect of the yoga practice as well. And it's also one of the foundational aspects of keeping you present. All right, inhale, come on back up to neutral. And then find your way into Baddha Konasana or Sukhasana forward fold. And exploring the deeper stretch through the hips and lower back. Grabbing onto the feet and gently pull yourself in, keeping your back fairly flat. Or if it feels like you want more stretch, somebody can walk your hands farther forward in front of the feet. Close the eyes, feel inside. right, inhale, come on back up. Moving on to the second side. Right hand about 12 inches from the right hip onto the ground. Reach your left hand up to the sky, inhaling. Exhale, reaching left hand toward the right wall. Breathe through left side body. Good. On the inhale, lift the chest up a little bit. Then with the exhale, reach out through left fingertips to feel more of a stretch. And inhale into the mid-left rib cage, feeling that those rib cage spread with the breath. With the exhale, gently pull the right elbow into the rib cage. And then draw the right shoulder back. So just getting curious about what it feels like when you bring awareness around the right elbow. It's hard to describe, but there's more space there if you explore it. And inhale, reaching left hand up to the sky. And with the exhale, bring the left hand down about 12 inches above the floor. You're getting curious about the neck release. 2 more breaths here. All right, inhale, come on back up to center. Take the right hand and lift the head up if you like, a little neck support. Good, and then bring the legs out in front of you. Shake them out. And just do the abdominal thing. Come onto your back. Good, and before we do the abdominal thing, let's just come into a kind of a morning stretch here. Reach the hands above the head. Reach the feet all the way out. Deep inhale. Good, exhaling. Oh. Good, now reach out through the right hand and right foot, stretching to the right side body. Inhaling. Good, exhaling. Then left hand, left foot, stretching. Deep inhale. Good, exhaling. All right, let's do it. It's happening. Let's do the abdominal workout. Elbow to knee variations. Some of you are working through lower back injury, or maybe you're just feeling you need some more support today. You can just do this with the feet on the ground, right? Hands come behind the back of the head and release the fingers, keeping the feet on the ground if you need support, or bring the knees over the hips, feet about knee height, and feet and knees about hip width apart. All right, here we go. Inhale, lifting shoulder blades off the mat. Elbows reach up toward the sky. Hold the breath. Press lower back on the ground. Curl tailbone up. Good. Exhale, elbows toward the left thigh. Reach out through the right leg. Reach out through the ball of the foot. Good. Inhale, back to center. Hold the breath. Press lower back on the ground. Curl tailbone up. Good. Exhale, elbows toward the right thigh. Reach out through left leg. Lifting the right shoulder blade off the mat. Inhale, back to center. Hold the breath. Press lower back on the ground. Curl tailbone up. Good. Exhale, elbows toward the left thigh. Reach out through the right leg. Lift the left shoulder blade off the mat. Reach out to the ball on the right foot. Right foot's about 3 to 4 feet off the floor. Just make sure it's a little bit higher so you're not getting into your lower back. Good. Inhale, back to center. Hold the breath. Press lower back on the ground. Curl tailbone up. Exhale, elbows toward the right thigh. Reach out through the left leg. Reach out to the ball of the foot. Lift the right shoulder blade off the mat. Good. Inhale, back to center. Hold the breath. Press lower back on the ground. Curl tailbone up. Good. Exhale, elbows toward the left thigh. Reach out through the right leg. At the bottom exhale, pull the belly down. Lift the left shoulder blade off the mat. Good. Inhale, back to center. Hold the breath. Press lower back in the ground. Curl tailbone up. Exhale, elbows toward the right thigh. Reach out through the left leg. Pull the belly down. Right shoulder lifts. Good. Inhale, back to center. Let's do 3 more rounds. Hold the breath. Press lower back in the ground. Curl tailbone up. Exhale, elbows toward the left thigh. Reach out through the right leg. Reach out through the ball of the foot. Good. Pull the belly down. Lift the shoulder blade off the mat. Reach out through the ball of the foot. Good. Inhale, back to center. Hold the breath. Press lower back in the ground. Curl tailbone up. Exhale, elbows toward the right thigh. Reach out through left leg. Lift the shoulder blade off the mat. Pull belly down. Now pause here a moment longer. Curl tailbone up a second time. Lift the shoulder blade off the mat. Good. Awesome. Inhale, come back to center. That's not easy. Good. Nice work. Hold the breath. Press lower back in the ground. Curl tailbone up. Good. Exhale, elbows toward the left thigh. Reach out through the right leg. Curl tailbone up again. Lift the shoulder blade off the mat. Pull the belly down. Good. Inhale, back to center. Hold the breath. Press lower back in the ground. Curl tailbone up. Exhale, elbows toward the right thigh. Reach out through the left leg. Right knee is over the hip. Cosette, bring your right foot below your right knee and bring your right knee over the right hip. Yes, hello, I see you. Good. Inhale, come back to center. Let's do 1 more round just for good measure. Hold the breath. Press lower back in the ground. Curl tailbone up. Hi, Emily Dibwad. Exhale, elbows toward the left thigh. Reach out through the right leg. Spread the toes. Curl tailbone up again. Lift the shoulder blade off the mat. Scissor inner thighs together slightly. Yeah, it's challenging, right? Inhale, come back to center. Hold the breath. Press lower back in the ground. Curl tailbone up. Good. Exhale, elbows toward the right thigh. Reach out through left leg. Curl tailbone up again. Lift the shoulder blade off the mat. Pull the belly down. Good. Inhale, back to center, and then bring the feet down. Place the hands on the belly. Noticing how when we do intense things or we're being presented with the challenging moments, how we kind of start to lose our foundation and we step out of being present sometimes. Just take a deep breath here, feel. All right, then come into another deep stretch. Reach the hands above the head, deep inhale, reach out through the feet. Good, exhaling. Good, then bring the knees in the chest. Roll over onto the right side. And then push yourself up. I'm gonna give you about 5 breaths to come into downward dog. Taking your time here, 5 breaths, cat-cow, side cat stretch, feeling around. About 2 more breaths. All right. Coming into downward dog when you're ready. Feet are about hip width apart. And reaching out through the heels. Bend the knees and wag your tail a little bit here, feeling around through the hamstrings. Good. Hands are about shoulder width apart. Some of you have really tight wrists. You've been doing lots of computer work recently, maybe more so than you're used to doing because you're at home working. If you're having a challenging time getting your thumb and forefinger on the ground, rotate the hands out slightly. So typically middle finger is pointing straight ahead, but sometimes it feels better to rotate the hands out a little bit. All right. Bend the left knee and rotate the right heel toward the left foot. So left knee bent, right heel toward the left foot, and bring the right heel on the ground. Press through the right hand and right foot. And then wash the breath through the right side body. Again, sensations happening, breathe into that sensation.
And straighten out both legs. Bend the right knee. Rotate left heel toward the right foot. All right, straighten out both legs. And then come back onto your knees just for a moment. Turn your knees to face toward the side of your mat. Well, whatever way you want to, so you can actually see me. Reach your left foot away from you. And then bring the right hand on the ground for gate opener, also known as goalkeeper. Good. Some of you might need to use a block underneath the right hand. Wash the breath through left side body here. All right, second variation, same legs, but bring your left hand onto left thigh. Reach the right hand up and over for right side body stretch. All right, inhale, come back to neutral. Left knee comes down. Reach the right foot away from you. Good. Left hand comes onto the ground. Reach the right hand up and over. All right, come on back up. Second variation. Right hand on right thigh. Reach your left hand up and over. All right, inhale, come back to neutral. Downward dog, just for a breath or two. Find your way into it. All right, then walk your feet to the front of the mat. Feet are about hip width apart. Reach over and grab onto opposite elbows. Ragdoll pose. Just flip back and forth here for a moment. All right, releasing the hands down. Bend the knees. Slowly roll yourself up to standing. And walk your feet to the front of the mat. Bring the hands in prayer and follow the heart. You know, it's interesting to track my anxiety because I know that part of my anxiety is actually what's going on in my head. Maybe this might resonate with some of you that run anxiety. But the other part of my anxiety doesn't really feel like it's coming from my head. It just feels like it's kind of in my body. And so I think there is a global anxiety going on in the world right now. And so it's kind of like, okay, well, how do I work with both my head and my body to manage my anxiety? And I would say my main tool or skill set, and that's what we're cultivating today, is to breathe and feel and notice. Breathe and feel and notice. So that's been my major healing tool to work with my anxiety. And I assume it probably works with depression, although I don't really run depression too much. Occasionally I do, but it's not really much of what I'm working with. So those of you running depression, you know, track that too. See if that works for you. And I'd love to hear from you offline if you have other suggestions that work for you through the practice. Okay. All right, let's play with this. Classical suns, moving mindfully. Inhale, reaching the hands up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Stepping the left foot back. Left knee comes down. Low lunge, reach up. Come on up. Hi, Andrew. Good to see you, brother. Exhale, hands come down. Stepping the right foot back, plank pose. Good, knees come down, chest comes down. Coming into low cobra. Walk the hands forward, lift the chest up. Inhaling. Exhale, lowering. Come on back into downward dog. Inhale, stepping the left foot forward. Bring the right knee down. Low lunge. Reach up, sink in, feel the stretch of the right quad. Good, exhale, hands come down. Stepping the right foot forward to meet the left. Inhale, flat back. Pay attention to transitions as well. The sensations during transitions. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reaching the hands up. Good, exhale, bring the hands in prayer in front of the heart. Again, other half of that sun. Inhale, reaching. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Stepping the right foot back, right knee comes down. Low lunge. Come on up. Good, exhale, hands come down. Stepping the left foot back to plank pose. Good, knees come down, chest comes down. Coming into low cobra, walking the hands forward, lift the chest up. Inhale. Good, exhale, lowering. Find your way back into downward dog. Good, inhale, stepping the right foot forward. Left knee comes down. Low lunge. Good, exhale, hands come down. Stepping the left foot forward to meet the right. Inhale, flat back, neck neutral. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reaching the hands up to the sky. Good, exhale, bring the hands in prayer and front of the heart. Again, inhale, reaching. Classical Sun's modified. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back, stepping the left foot back. High lunge. Sink the right knee over the right heel, lift up to the back of the left knee. Telescope the ribs up, big breath. Good, exhale, hands come down. Stepping right foot back. Good, knees come down, chest comes down. Coming into either low cobra or regular cobra, hands underneath the shoulders, lift the chest up. Inhale. Good, exhale, lowering, downward dog. Inhale, stepping the left foot forward. Come on up, high lunge. Wasn't being present there for a moment. Come on up. Good, exhale, hands come down. Stepping the right foot forward to meet the left. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reaching the hands up. Good, exhale, bring the hands in prayer and find the heart. Again, inhale, reaching. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Stepping the right foot back. High lunge. Strong legs. Good, exhale, hands come down. Stepping left foot back. Your choice of vinyasa, consider your upward dog or cobra. Exhale, lowering. Inhaling, upward dog or cobra. Good, exhale, downward dog. Inhale, stepping the right foot forward. Come on up, high lunge. Sink in. Good, exhale, hands come down. Stepping the left foot forward to meet the right. Inhale, flat back. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reaching the hands up. Good. Exhale. Bring the hands in prayer in front of the heart. Okay. Be serious. One more sun here. Inhale. Bend the knees. Chair pose. Good. Exhale. Forward fold. Inhale. Flat back. Exhale. Jump or step back. Good. Your vinyasa. Exhale. Lowering. Inhaling. Cobra upward dog. Good. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, stepping the left foot forward, right heel down. Warrior one. Come on up. Good. Exhale, hands come down. Stepping the left foot back. Vinyasa. Exhale, lowering. Inhaling. Good. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, stepping the right foot forward, left heel down. Warrior one. Come on up. Good. Exhale, hands come down. Stepping the right foot back, plank. Vinyasa. Exhale, lowering. Inhaling. Good. Exhale, downward dog. Good. Bend the knees. Look between the hands. Deep inhale. On the bottom of the exhale, jump or step forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose. And now sink a little bit deeper here. Feel the thighs activating. Pausing here for a moment, just feeling. Tuck your tailbone slightly, noticing how that loads more into the quads. Using the chair pose to keep you present. All right, then straighten the legs. Come all the way up. Gentle back bend here at the top. Good. Exhale. Bring the hands in prayer. Inhale. Bend the knees. Chair pose. Good. Exhale. Forward fold. Inhale. Flat back. Exhale. Jump or step back. Vinyasa. Exhale. Lowering. Inhaling. Good. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, reaching left foot up toward the sky. Good. Bend the knee and open up the hip here. And let your neck relax. All right. Inhale, reaching left foot up. Exhale, knee to nose, shifting the weight forward. Good. Inhale, back up. Exhale, knee to right elbow. Inhale, back up. Exhale, knee to left elbow. Inhale, back up. Exhale, knee to nose, placing left foot through. Come on up to warrior two. Warrior two. Left heel, right instep intersects. Sinking left knee or left heel. Start to feel the stretch of the right quad. Coming into eagle arms in our warrior two. Wrap the left arm underneath the right arm. Bring the elbows up to shoulder height. Good. Letting the forehead release into the forearms here if you like. Again, here's the pose. One of the other tools you can use to help keep you present is lifting the toes up. We call this active feet. Another way to describe it in yoga terms is Pada Bandha, footlock. And the more we bring our awareness around our feet, connecting to earth, the ground, sort of day to day, the more we walk present on this earth. Good. Inhale, back up to warrior two. And then side angle pose. Left forearm on left thigh. Reach the right hand up and over for a side body stretch. Good. If you want more, you can bring your left hand down on the inside of the foot. on the block or on the floor. If you want more from there, you can always come into what I call double side angle pose. All right. If you don't have the forearm on the thigh, bring your left forearm back onto your left thigh. Reach the right hand up, and reach the right hand behind the back. Grab onto inner thigh. If you can't grab onto inner thigh, grab onto a t-shirt or waistband. So you're opening the chest up. Some of you like to do the bind here. If you practice incorporates the bind, feel free to do that as well. You know, letting your neck relax. Good, Andrew. All right, inhale back up to warrior two. Strong legs, feel, sink in. And then exhale, hands come down. Stepping left foot back. Vinyasa, exhale, lowering. Inhaling, upward dog or cobra. Good, exhale, downward dog. Inhale, reaching right foot up. And bend the knee and open up the hip here. Inhale, reaching right foot up. Exhale, knee to nose, shifting the weight forward. Inhale, back up. Exhale, knee to left elbow. Inhale, back up. Exhale, knee to right elbow. And inhale, reaching up. Exhale, knee to nose, placing right foot through, warrior two. Come on up. Right knee over the right heel. Walk your left foot back. The stance is actually a little bit longer than warrior one. Warrior two stance a little bit longer. Eventually the right thigh is parallel to the ground. Good, eagle arms, warrior two. Right arm underneath the left arm. Elbows shoulder height. If this is too much, right hand grabs onto left shoulder and gently pulls on the shoulder. Deep breath. Where do you feel this pose? Scan the body and breathe into wherever you're feeling it. All right, shoulders, upper back, side body, right thigh, left hip a little bit. And inhale back up to warrior two. Side angle pose, right forearm on thigh, left hand reaches up and over. You know, just I'm not just telling you to be more present because that's what I read somewhere in a yoga book or a Buddhist text. I mean, yeah, I did read that, but it also feels really good to get more present. It feels more vibrant, more awake. It feels like I do shift away from my anxiety. All right, left hand reaches up to the sky. Half bind or full bind. Again, half bind if you like, grabbing onto inner thigh, t-shirt or waistband. And I think that's one of the reasons why so many people are drawn to yoga, for not just the physical aspects, but also from kind of mental well-being aspects. Half bind, full bind, 2 more breaths. Inhale back up to warrior two. Sinking the right knee over the right heel. Deep inhale. And exhale, hands come down. Stepping the right foot back, plank. Listening carefully, moving into side plank by bringing the feet to touching. Walk left hand into middle of the mat. Roll over onto the outside of the left foot. Reach the right hand up. If that's too much, left knee comes down underneath the left hip. Dawn, rotate your right hip back and stack your right hip over your left hip a little more. It's hard for me to tell, but that's what it looks like. You lift your right foot up the one a little more, 2 more breaths. All right, right foot comes down. Second side, plank pose first. Feet touching, right hand walks in. Roll over onto the outside of the right foot. Stack left foot over right. Reach your left hand up. Right knee can come down if you want more support. If you want more, left foot lifts. All right, foot comes down, hand comes down. Optional vinyasa here. All right, exhale, downward dog. All right, inhale, reaching left foot up. Exhale, knee to nose. Pause here for 3, 2, 1. Inhale, back up. Just go a little more intensity here. Exhale, knee to right elbow. Pausing, foot toward buttock, knee to elbow. And inhale, back up. Exhale, knee to left elbow. And inhale, back up. Exhale, knee to nose, placing left foot through, right heel down. Again, set yourself up, warrior two. Good, and reaching forward, come on back into reverse warrior. Right hand on right thigh, left hand reaches up and back. So it's interesting because this energy of this pose is a couple of ways we can explore this. One is reaching out through left hand, stretches through left side body. And that starts bringing the weight more into the back leg. So intentionally take a deep breath here. Exhale, sink the left knee over left heel. So just a little bit deeper, feel the thigh activate. All right, inhale back up to warrior two. Straighten left leg. Reaching the hand forward and down for triangle pose. Reaching the right hand up. If you want more stretch through the hamstring, consider walking left hand down a little bit farther onto the foot or on a block. There's a sweet little stretch here. Tucking left sit bone beneath, pull the right hip back. Breathe into that area, deep inhale. Exhale, then open up the chest a little bit here by reaching the right hand to the opposite wall you're facing. Again, curiosity, let's keep you present. I'm offering the pose up, and you got to do the work in the pose by yourself. Like, got to go deep, right? Well, you don't have to, but I'd offer up there's some sweetness and juiciness when you start to get curious. And right hand on right hip. Bend the left knee and come into half moon pose, shifting the weight forward into the left leg. Using a prop here underneath the left hand if you need one, block or pillow or water bottle. Right hand reaches up when you're ready. If you want more, start letting go of the floor for a bouncing half moon. How's your breath? All right. Stepping back to warrior two, inhaling. Good. Exhale, hands come down. Step the left foot back. Vinyasa. Exhale, lowering. Inhaling. Good. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, reaching right foot up. Good. Exhale, knee to nose, shifting the weight forward. Pause here for 3. Bring the foot toward the buttock at the same time. Knee to nose. Inhale, back up. Exhale, knee to left elbow. Good. Inhale, back up. Exhale, knee to right elbow. And inhale, back up. Exhale, knee to nose, placing the right foot through. Warrior two. Again, work with feet placement. Right heel, left instep intersects. Good. Inhale, reaching forward. Exhale, come on back to reverse warrior. All right, inhale, back up to warrior two. Straighten right leg. Good, and then reaching the hand forward and down for triangle pose. Lots of exploration here once we come to the pose and even into the pose. Toes lifted. Feel the feet on the ground. Noticing how the foot's rolling out into the pinky side of the foot and push through the inner ball of the foot to feel the inner leg turn on. Left hand reaches up and back. And breathing, feeling, noticing. All right, left hand on left hip. Bend the right knee, half moon pose. Shifting the weight forward into the right leg. Right hand in front of the right foot about 12 inches, and a little bit outside the foot. And reach your left hand up. Right hand on the floor on block or just floating here. The more you reach out through your top hand, in this case your left hand and left foot, the more support you get in the pose. One more breath. All right, stepping back to warrior two. Nice work. Inhaling. Good. Exhale, hands come down. Stepping the foot back. Vinyasa. Exhale, lowering. Inhaling. Good. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, reaching left foot up. Exhale, shin toward hands for pigeon on the left side. Left knee just kind of right behind the left wrist. Right foot walks back. Good. And then when you're ready, come forward into a forward fold pigeon pose. This hurts your knee, you can always come onto your back. Walk the hands farther forward if you can to release deeply into pigeon. And in fact, turn the palms as they face up if that feels good. Maybe some of you, as you work with your anxiety, you can start to notice that maybe you're kind of holding on. Like when my anxiety is hitting pretty hard, I notice my fists are kind of, my hands are kind of a little bit in fist, and it feels like my jaw are kind of activated in a weird kind of way. And so let those go. Maybe do a little figure eights with your jaw. Let your fist open up. Let your neck relax. 2 more breaths. All right, come back up onto your hands. Shift your weight over to your left hip, and then bring the right foot up, over, and around to the outside of your thigh for a seated spinal twist. If that's too much, you can straighten out your left leg. Right hand comes behind the right hip. Reach the left hand up, inhaling. Exhaling, left elbow, right thigh, or grabbing onto the clothing at the hip. Chest is lifting up. All right, deep inhale. Good. Exhale, a little counter twist to the left. And then coming back to center. Find your way into downward dog. And pedal legs out there. If you have another vinyasa in you, feel free to do it. All right, inhale, reaching right foot up. Exhale, shin toward hands. Walk the left foot back. And when you're ready, come forward. Forward fold pigeon. You know, the other thing to kind of reflect on, if we're not present, we're missing the beauty of the moment. You know, my wife and I have been working with kind of letting go of our cell phones, especially when we're hanging around with Quinn. And you know, she's a toddler, and she's so enraptured with everything that's going on around us. You know, just every book that's in her room, every toy. When they take her for walks, every flower we walk by, every bird, the moon, everything. And there's so much sweetness there. But if we were distracted all the time, we'd be missing these beautiful moments that we have with our little one. And this happens all the time for us. And maybe walking the hands forward, the farther forward, palms facing up. Let your muscles relax. Let go. Let go of all the shit you're holding on to. Just kind of chuckling because it's a tough thing to do in the next few moments. At least it's intentional. One more breath. All right. Come back up. Shifting the weight over to the right hip. And again, bring the left foot up, over, and around onto the outside of the thigh. If that's too much, you can straighten the right leg out in front of you, left foot over. Good. Left hand behind the left hip, reach the right hand up, lengthening. Good. Exhale, twisting. Keep lifting the chest up. There's a tendency to kind of collapse through this pose. Keep working, lengthening up. And breathe big. All right. And then releasing the legs out in front of you. Shake the legs out. God, I forgot to teach that counter twist. My apologies. Those of you that are following along the Spotify playlist, place the last song on, which should be Stacks by Bon Iver. And then come all the way onto your back. Come into Happy Baby. And then Happy Baby, grabbing onto the back of the thighs or onto the feet. Move around a little bit here. Feel around. And releasing. Final resting pose, Shavasana. If your lower back hurts, remember you can always have the feet in toward the buttocks and feet about hip width apart. Let the knees rest on each other. Beautiful work today. All right, start to bring conscious breath back into the body. Moving your fingers, toes, hands, feet, ankles, and wrist. And reach the hands above the head. Into a deep stretch here, deep inhale. Good, exhaling. And bring the knees and the chest. Move over to the right side. Good. And then push yourself up to a seated position. Keeping the eyes closed just for a moment longer. Bring your hands in prayer. So we often think of anxiety and depression as things we want to avoid, and I get it. But I think for me, the journey has been when I start feeling anxious, when I start feeling off balance, when I start feeling angry, or other things, is using whatever is coming up in my world to come back to the present moment. And so please, as you leave today and go off your day and you start to notice anxiety coming up, or anger or depression, whatever it is, how do you work with them? And not to say we don't need therapists, we don't need support on this process, but this is just one of the tools that I want to share with you. I finish up the practice with a quote by Sherry Huber. Grabbing, urgency, anxiety, busy, not enough time, working hard to get are the very processes keeping you from the support and wisdom that are here and ready to guide you. When any of those attempt to grab your attention, redirect attention to this here and now. Take a long, deep breath, look at something beautiful, say a soft thank you, and recognize yourself to be swimming in well-being and belonging. Take a deep breath up and just feed that to your heart. And then bring your hands in prayer. Bowing forward with love and with gratitude. May our practice provide us healing, and may we reflect that healing out into the world to help create more peace. Namaste. Thank you all so much for sharing the practice. I put that quote on the group chat, and I also put how you can donate toward me. And thank you so much for donating, by the way. You help me keep afloat. I appreciate you. Thanks.